Hello lovers of the world, this is Sinta speaking. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something I never thought I would do, which is basically share with you how I set my bullet journal up. This is for the beginning of my 2021, or at least one of my 2021 journals. I've never really done these kinds of videos before because my journals aren't conventional quote-unquote bullet journals like what you would typically see in the Bujo community in YouTube or on Instagram. So I wasn't really sure if people would like to see my process, but here it is anyway. I don't usually use year-to-glance spreads, or I don't have habit trackers or weekly spreads either. So I don't really know if you can count this as a bullet journal per se, but think of this video as me breaking the notebook in, because using a completely blank notebook at the beginning of the year can be a bit intimidating and the empty pages can be a bit oppressive. So this is just for me to start the notebook with a bang. So for this video, I only do 3 spreads. The first is the front cover. Usually when I make spreads, I just use whatever material is closest to me and let the spread evolve naturally. This time, I knew I wanted the spread to revolve around the pattern paper, the purple one in the video, so I chose materials that I hope would complement the color and pattern. I also wanted this Polaroid of myself at the front cover because I like this photo a lot. It's one of those rare instances where I like how I look, so I feel like every time I see this when I open the cover of the notebook, it could do some real wonders for my self-esteem. The Life Goes On sticker is homemade. It's from a batch of stickers I made after learning how to make them from a YouTube tutorial. I knew I wanted that quote to be on the front page of my journal, so I made it. It's the title of BTS's latest song, which is one of my favorite releases of 2020 and means a lot to me. I thought it would be very fitting to have this on the covers as I begin the new year to remember that life does go on. As a simple phrase, it contains multitudes, and that is how I wish my journal for 2020 would be. The color scheme also complements the pattern paper. As you can see, there is lots of warm pinks and purples. I got those flower stickers from a local New Zealand artist. Their Instagram is Melted Buns. I originally wanted to have Hello 2021 on the front cover, but after flipping through my sticker books, I changed my mind and instead decided to have Make 2021 Great instead. It sounds a little too close to Trump's MAGA slogan, but in 2021, we are reclaiming that phrase, baby. We are not letting Trump ruin a perfectly harmless sentence. So the next page is dedicated to 2 quotes, both of which are from Taylor Swift songs. The sticker in the middle I got from another New Zealand artist. Their Instagram is Control Z. It's I don't know if you can see it properly, but it's basically a messy room and there's a person lying in the middle of it, which kind of reminds me of my own messy room and how I lie down in the middle of it. Yeah, lol. So the first quote at the top is, "I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it," which is from the song All Too Well. I wrote this in the beginning of my 2019 journal too. At the beginning of the year, I was going through a pretty negative period where I felt, weighed down. The latter end of 2019 left me feeling like The real me had taken a vacation, and the person piloting my body was a weaker, less patient, and less vibrant version of myself. I was desperate to go back to feeling normal. Otherwise, I was faced with the reality that maybe this weaker, impatient, and dull version of myself was the real me, stripped of the trimmings of a fake personality. I don't feel quite the same now, thank goodness, but deep down, I still feel like I'm searching for an old feeling to come back. The second quote on the bottom of the page is, "I haven't met the new me yet," which is from the song Happiness. I think even deeper than the desire to go back to the past is the understanding that I can't. Every year I change, become a new person, but 2020 is strange. Because I spent so much of it indoors due to the lockdowns, I don't really feel like I've had many opportunities to mature or evolve into a different person. Usually the person I start the year with is miles different from the person I end the year with. But I don't really feel like I made a particularly large leap or undergone a metamorphosis in the same way I have done in the past few years. I really love how these two sentences are put together in this context, even though they encourage two incredibly different, ways of thinking. These two wildly different sentiments can coexist peacefully. I still acknowledge the importance of growth while yearn for something that is basically impossible. And hopefully, this quote will help me come to terms with that. The next spread I'm not really that happy with. I start on the right hand page, which is my list of New Year's resolutions. The color scheme is similar to the previous spread, lots of pinks, purples, and some yellow. Because I wasn't really happy with it, I'm going to redo this in a later video because I don't like how it turned out. Also, a few days after I filmed it, I decided to add more resolutions, so it'll be a lot more structured and I gave a lot more thought into what I want to do next year. The left-hand page was supposed to be a page where I explained why I had those quotes at the beginning. It's just a short page of self-reflection and also a way for me to go back and kind of remember where I was in the beginning of the year, like the headspace or the way of thinking that I had in the beginning of the year. And now it's my January calendar. I started using these mini calendars in November, and they are so helpful in keeping track of when assignments are due or when exams are held in, as well as organizing when I need to drop a video. I didn't film it, but I included the sticker of a toy vending machine, or as it's called in Japanese, a gashapon. It's the machine where you insert a coin and a random toy comes out of it, but you don't know what the toy is gonna be. And then next to the sticker, I wrote, "You never know what you're gonna get," because the concept of a gashapon is pretty applicable to life right now. You really never know how things are gonna turn out. And I just thought it was, quite good to have at my January calendar. And then the page next to the calendar, I will write out the important dates as they come along. So yeah, that's basically it. I've never really liked excessively structured planners because my journals tend to be a lot more free-flowing, and I mainly use it to keep track of my thoughts and emotions and also what I do in a day. And then I will just leave you here with the final flip through. One of my New Year's resolutions is to share more of my spreads on Instagram. So if you guys want to see more of my journals, go follow it. My social media links are all in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, maybe I'll post more in the future. I hope you guys have a great year, and I'll see you guys next week.